The word for today is I am a peaceful presence, stepping away from the busyness of holiday preparations and the important work that must be completed before year's end. I continue my Advent journey by practicing peace in the present moment wherever I am. I am gracious with store clerks and servers in restaurants. I add positive, peaceful thoughts to conversations. When I'm traveling, I bless other drivers with whom I share the road and my fellow passengers on public transportation. Peace flows from that place in consciousness where God's presence fills my awareness. I need not find a quiet corner. When I am willing, anywhere can be a peaceful sanctuary. The peace of God refreshes me and goes with me as we return to the activities of the day. Wherever I go, whatever I'm doing, I am a peaceful presence. This is from Daily Word today. We're going to do a chant, and it's a call and response. Open my eyes to see only love, to open my heart, oh, to feel only love, to open my mind, oh, to be only love. Illuminating love, from the ascended one, from the illuminating love, from the divine one. Illuminating love, from the beloved one. All I have to do is remember every breath I take is your love. All I have to do is remember every breath I take is your love. Breathe in your love. Brings peace and compassion.
Good morning, everyone. There's that statement in the Gospel of Thomas when the disciples asked, when the kingdom of heaven would come. And Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven is not coming with signs to be observed outside of you. The kingdom of heaven is all around people, but they don't see it. I count that as one of the most insightful statements of spiritual truth. But we should look into it. What does that actually mean? The kingdom of heaven is all around us, but we don't see it. Many years ago, a musical opened on Broadway titled, "Stop the World, I Want to Get Off." And it starred an English actor, and he sang the defining song about the theme of the show. And the song has these particular lyrics. These are the lyrics to that song. When that show opened 50 years ago on Broadway. Can we have them? What kind of fool am I who never fell in love? It seems that I'm the only one that I have been thinking of. What kind of man is this? An empty shell, a lonely cell in which an empty heart must dwell. What kind of lips are these that lied with every kiss, that whispered empty words of love, that left me alone like this? Then he goes on to sing, why can't I fall in love like any other man? And maybe then I'll know what kind of fool I am. Well, this particular song tells a story that it's timeless. Down through the ages, timeless. And people have, sought the jewel of life, which is love, without understanding life or love. And they continue to do it. Multitudes of people continue to do it. And so the lyrics are appropriate for us all. And it's like a revelation to us when we understand that we've lived our lives foolishly. We've pursued the personal idea of love and happiness. People are still pursuing it today in every possible way and missing the truth of it. And so what we are missing in this whole concept of life is the reason why we don't see the kingdom of heaven all around us. And as the leading man sings, we should sing to ourselves. But the problem that he's relating to is given to us over and over again for us to examine. Let's take a look at this from Eckhart Tolle's Stillness Speaks. If you set egoic goals for the purpose of freeing yourself, enhancing yourself, or your sense of importance, even if you achieve them, they will not satisfy you. If you set egoic goals for the purpose of freeing yourself, enhancing yourself, or your sense of importance, even if you achieve them, they will not satisfy you. That seems a harsh statement, but we don't realize how long we have been conditioned to pursue an erroneous concept of life. There was nothing about the reality of love in life actually presented to us in school. We were given a completely erroneous idea of life, how it works, and love what it is. And with that in mind, we have tried to find happiness in life. And it has failed. And it has failed and continues to fail. But just imagine, what I'm going to say today is not something new. It's been said down through the ages. Masters down through the ages say it. Their purpose, of course, is to help others come to this most extraordinary jewel of life. An extraordinary, just imagine, if you're not there or if you haven't even touched upon it, there awaits you an experience so sublime and so enlightening that you will be beside yourself with love for everything. So if you're not there yet and you get piled up all this stuff that you're thinking about, just remember that it awaits you, because at the core of every person, every being, there is this love which we are seeking. To understand it and to have it and to gain it and to live in it and from it. We just need to look at some of the truths revealed to us by the masters down through the ages. So here's this truth, as true as it can be said. You can read this in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 37 and 38. Judge not, and you will not be judged. Condemn not, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. Give, and it will be given to you. You know, the merry-go-round goes around and comes back, and back, and back. This is a reciprocal world, and the masters are telling us how we can find what we're looking for. Thank you. So totally down through the ages. And yet, every now and then you'll hear it related by someone who's awakened to the truth. And that's what we're in the process of doing. We're awakening to the truth. What is missing in your life? Answer that question. What is missing? Is it a relationship? Is it health? Is it money, finances? Can you imagine if it really existed in the illusionary way that the traditional churches set it up, that when you drop the body, you go before these golden gates, beautiful city of God, heaven, and Peter will be at the gate or somebody, and he might ask you a question, but it won't be the question that the traditional churches put out there. It'll be this question: what did you give when you were alive on earth? What did you give when you were alive on earth? Because the kingdom of heaven is actually where Jesus said it is, in the midst of you. But it's the same. What are you giving to enter it? And let me just try to explain this as clearly as I can. We're in our heads too often. And we're thinking our way into manipulating conditions and circumstances to suit what it is we're seeking, but we're not seeing because we're so totally mentally involved in pursuing what we suppose is going to fulfill us, make us happy, give us the life we're looking for. But we keep missing love because we have a false definition of life. What would happen if today everybody in the world stopped the incessant thinking about self? Me. You know the lyrics, what they said? What kind of fool am I who never fell in love? It seems I'm the only one that I've been thinking of. You don't need any more religion. That's the thing, the reason why. We don't experience heaven in our midst. God in every person, in every place, in every condition as love. Because we're so busy trying to make things out there work to suit our separate self. What if everybody just stopped right now? What if Jesus just appeared on every television network right now and said to everyone, what are you taking for granted? Is it your partner? Is it your pet? Is it your lifestyle? Is it your relationships? What are you taking for granted? That there's going to be there, they're okay enough, but I'm not happy, I'm not fulfilled. Reminds me of a story that someone who attends here told me about a friend of his who was at the farmer's market. And while he was there shopping, there was this homeless person rolled up in a piece of cardboard, had some of the stuff in a basket that he had collected, whatever it is they collect, all the different things that they collect. And the police officer was getting this guy up, and he's getting him out of there. You got to get out of here. Get this stuff out of here. You can't have this stuff laying all over the sidewalk. You got to get it out of here. And this particular person watched this happening and then took a $5 bill out of his pocket and said, hey, here, this is for you. And the homeless guy said, I'm so appreciative. And the guy handing the money said, you don't have to be appreciative, brother. This is for you. And then he said, please keep the money. You called me brother. That's where we should be living. That's how awake we should be. We're not. So many others just struggling and fighting and creating more chaos and problems for themselves and the world. Course in Miracles puts it very succinctly like this. You can read this in the Course in Miracles text, page 92, paragraph 2. You are only love. But when you deny this, you make what you are something you must learn to remember. Teach only love, for that is what you are. This is the one lesson that is perfectly unified, because it is the only lesson that is one. Only by teaching it can you learn it. As you teach, so will you learn. If that is true, and it is true indeed, do not forget that what you teach is teaching you, and what you project or extend, you believe. Can we take this back again? Sometimes I say to people, if I had nothing else, if all the reading material in the world was gone, what would I say I would like to have to lead me on in life? This would be the passage right here. You are only love. But when you deny this, you make what you are something you must learn to remember. Teach only love, for that is what you are. This is the one lesson that is perfectly unified, because it is the only lesson that is one. Only by teaching it can you learn it. As you teach, so will you learn. If that is true, and it is true indeed, do not forget that what you teach is teaching you, and what you project or extend, you believe. That is, what you're putting out is being revealed to you in your experience in life, in how you feel, moment to moment to moment. To feel good is to feel God. And in the book of Revelations, the entire spiritual journey is summed up in a single sentence. And it's missed. If you will be my people, I will be your God. And that is love. If you want love, and you want life, and you want abundant joy and peace and prosperity, we have to take the encrusted teachings of the world that were foisted upon us as we grew up, following the false definition of life. We have to let that dissolve. We have to practice the presence of God as love. And so we just have to become more aware in our own thinking. You can do this right now. You can do this as a contemplation. What are you taking for granted in your life? What are you withholding consideration, compassion, and love from? And so, the masters have been truthful to us down through the ages, but we have managed by some Herculean effort to miss it, to ignore it, to become an emissary of light and love, so that yourself, it's not completely vanquished or gone. It's simply placed in a proper perspective. This ego-centered idea of me is just placed in a proper perspective, surrendered to this more expanded joy and peace that comes from stepping outside of that separate, illusionary definition of self. It's called the extra mile. You step out of the thinking of the world. Momentarily only, maybe. Maybe you decided this Christmas season, I need to volunteer to put the Christmas gifts together that are going to be sent up to the Native American people up at Wounded Knee. We do this every year. We do it on Thanksgiving. And so they have to be wrapped. And it starts off by just taking one of the names off of the Christmas tree. It's the name of a child, and it has the age on it. And buy that Christmas gift. These are kids that still live in tar paper shacks. So we step outside of ourselves. The day and the demands of the day, they're still there. You still have to go to work. You still have to make sure your car has gas in it. You still have to go to school if you're going to school. But if you go with an openness and an awakeness to what's on your path, there's something on your path that you can be of service to, why not do that? Because if you do that, you're going to start to feel good. You're going to start to feel God again. And that's the only thing that's missing in this crazy world. So we're going to meditate together. Maybe I'll just do another PowerPoint. One more PowerPoint while I'm waiting for my partner to show up. I don't know. Most of you people don't know this, but Norma, when she's not up, she starts the service, but then she runs out to a local bar. So I'm actually always happy when she even gets back. All right, so we'll do another PowerPoint. You can read this in John 15, 12 to 17. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. Greater love has no man than this, that a man, and that should be, greater love has no person than this, that a person lay down his or her life for their friends. You are my friends if you do what I command you. No longer do I call you servants, for the servant does not know what his master is doing. But I have called you friends, for all that I have heard from my Father, I have made known to you. You did not choose me, but I chose you, and appointed you that you should go and bear fruit, and that your fruit should abide, so that whatever you ask the Father in my name, he will give it to you. This I command you, to love one another. See there, don't misunderstand. Lay down your life. The life he's being talking about here is the ego-centered idea of me. Just quiet that down a little bit and start to do things that are beyond that, stepping outside of that. And you will see a complete change in life. You will see how love is the only attractive power. Love is the only attractive power. All the super teachers of the New Age setting intentions and treasure mapping and doing all of that, let me put it to you. Whatever part of that works only works when you have fallen in love with the outcome of it. So why not go directly to the truth and the source? Love is the attracting power. All right, so we are going to meditate together. I'm going to read a few things that might be of help. Take a couple of deep breaths as you release your breath. Release any cares or concerns you may have brought with you. Just releasing the breath, releasing your cares and concerns, taking this holy pause to consider what in your own life you are taking for granted. People as well as things. What in your own life have you been taking for granted? People as well as things. What about your pet? Remember, cultivating gratitude opens the self to love. Cultivating gratitude, thanksgiving, praise opens the conscious self to love. Loving even those inanimate objects that serve us. Giving thanks for that car, that computer. Having gratitude that you have an apartment or a home. Having the happiness of seeing others receive their good. Taking nothing for granted. Being awake to be an emissary, a servant of gratitude, thanksgiving, and love. And so now we take this affirmation, and as we use it as a mantra to enter the higher state of feeling good, we simply let go of any pressing cares and concerns right now. You can pick them up again. They will not be that pressing if you just get in touch with this mantra. God is love. Love is life. I am God's life. I am. I am. God is love. Love is life. I am God's life. I am. I am. Breathing in the I, breathing out the am. God is love. Love is life. I am God's life. I am. Breathing in the I, breathing out the am. I am. I am. as we go forth from this meditation to those places we occupy in time and space. Let us go forth to awaken to our calling in every moment, to be an emissary of light and peace and love. And for this opportunity in every moment, we give thanks. And to this we say, Amen. We will take an offering for unity now. We take our offerings in our mind, that financial gift we'd like to make to Unity of Boulder. Those of you also on live stream, to support this ministry of truth, let's bless this offering from our hearts with this offering prayer. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, because I give. So it is.
Help me see beauty in and all around me. Guide my thoughts, choose my words to reflect love. This I pray. Help me see beauty in and all around me. Guide my thoughts, choose my words. This I pray, this I pray, this I pray.
Join me now, please. We dedicate this tithe to the will and the work of the Spirit of truth, the Spirit available to each of us, the Spirit that joins all of us. We dedicate this tithe to the victory of the Spirit of truth. Amen. So I notice we do have one prayer partner here. If you have a particular prayer request you'd like to share with someone, just remain seated when everyone files out. Our prayer partner will come to you and share a prayer with you if there's a particular prayer you'd like to have with that prayer partner. Also, what?
Discussion.
Yes. We will have anybody who'd like to stay, have some of the refreshments we have in Fellowship Hall, and then come over to our group on the dance floor where we will discuss anything you want to talk about regarding unity, this service, or anything thereof. Santisha will actually be speaking at the next service at 11 o'clock. And if somebody will tell me, is the camera turned off? We're not